Welcome to the PMS Podcast, a part of my sarcasm podcast, the show where my comments are often sarcastic and my opinion always matters. Here we have the wonderful, the lovely, the talented, uber talented, the Kayla J.
Hi, welcome. Thank you.
So, she wasn't here last time, but
I was not.
moving forward, the Kayla J is going to be the co-host of the PMS Podcast. So, round of applause for the Kayla J.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, so thank you for having me.
Hey, I
glad to be
appreciate
part of the team.
While you were gone, the last episode that we did was actually in the other studio right behind us.
Yes.
And we did the Zodiac battle. In that podcast, it was a bunch of not necessarily beefing, like Trey was there. So it was an interesting topic because like the people who were on the podcast, we got to see like who was really the whiniest, who was really a crybaby.
Okay.
Who
based off of their zodiac signs?
Based off of the zodiac sign.
All right.
Like who would you offer up as a sacrifice for all of the zodiac signs?
Oh, Libras. And that's saying something, okay, because my mama's a Libra, so that's horrible. Like, not my mama, but, like, other than everybody but my mama. Well, and my grandmama's Libra, too.
And I'm a Libra.
Ah!
Dang, Kayla, like, wow. I'm gonna do the rest of the podcast
okay,
from
no,
over here.
Let me rethink that one, because I'm like, I actually got too many Libras in my life. But, like, I've had such bad experiences with, like, Libras.
Were they
outside
October
of my...
Libras or, like, September Libras?
October. But see, my
okay,
family's
that's
October
different.
Libras,
That's
though.
different. Huh?
I'm sorry, but my family's October Libras, though, too. So, you know what? I'm going to scratch that. Libras are... Y'all are at the bottom of the list for me, but I guess I wouldn't dead y'all.
I think most people would, like, cut off, like, Geminis or, like...
I love Geminis. Love Geminis. I get along with Geminis so well. Absolutely love Geminis.
I think I'm starting to rethink this here. I'm kidding. We're good. I think. For now, we're good, I guess.
Okay.
You'll have to redeem yourself, though.
Okay, well,
like,
okay, I'm also
you
thinking,
wouldn't
like...
sacrifice Libras is kind of like...
I more so think that there is a difference between male and female zodiacs. So
yes, and that's what we were talking about in the last podcast,
most of the
too.
Libras that I deal with that are good are females, because they're like family. So male Libras... Sorry, bro, you gotta go.
But it's like, at the same time, it's not only is it male and female, but it's like October, depending on what part of the month and depending on what sex they are, that would determine a whole bunch of different stuff.
That's
when it
fair.
comes to it.
That's fair.
Not just the Libra sign, but all signs.
That's fair. Leos, I know people say like Aries and Leos, like those are, they either will work really well together, like in relationships, or like best friends, but...
Mm-hmm. You can't stand Leos?
Leos, I have a good friend who's a Leo. My brother's a Leo, but their egos are just a little bit too much for me. And I'm an Aries, so I guess that's saying something. Maybe that's about my ego. That's probably a thing. But Leo's got some egos.
Maybe so. So in this episode, first off, rest in peace, Shanquella Robinson. What happened to you was a travesty. It wasn't right. And everybody involved in that situation, in my opinion, needs to be locked up.
Absolutely.
If you pulled out your phone instead of helping this woman out, you need to be locked up.
You was in that room instead of helping that woman. I don't care if you ain't have your phone. If you was in that room and obviously nothing got stopped, jail time, prison time. Put them away. Lock them up.
I mean, to me, they're all equally wrong in that situation. There should be no reason where, like, no matter how well you did or didn't know the people that were there on the trip with you, if you went in and had some money together to, like, purchase a room, like, there should at least be some type of standard to where, like, you know, we're cordial enough to where, like, even if we have quote-unquote beef with each other, we can still, like, you know, squash it until we get home and then go on about our business. But, like, have you seen the videos?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, me too.
Unfortunately, yes, I have. And I haven't seen all of them. I've only seen, like, the main one that surfaced. Like, because I'm just not going to search.
Right.
I'm not going to go search for that shit. Like, I did at first to, like, figure out what what everybody was talking
course,
about,
yeah.
of course, but I didn't see if there's more. I've only really ever seen one, and that was enough for me. That was too much for me. So,
so like, I'm trying to put this in terms to like, is there situations to where you feel like when it comes to friends, not just relationships, that there should be a breakup?
yes, absolutely.
Explain.
Well, if the friendship, if there's no growth within the friendship, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you guys aren't really going anywhere together, if it's just the same old when you guys, if you guys like hang out, you locked in every day, right?
Right.
And there's nothing happening from that. Okay, maybe we got to go our separate ways and work about ourselves.
Facts.
If we're talking about if just like friends who just may not be actually real friends to you, there's always going to be. There's always a telltale, and a lot of times it's because we love that friend. We have so much love for that person that we don't, the little sly remarks and little back shades and things like that are always throwing you under the bus. Like those just go as, oh, they're just, rusing me, haha, we're kikiing, blah, blah, blah.
Correct.
A lot of times I always say there's always some truth to just kidding.
That makes sense.
Especially when it's kind of like one of those personal jabs. Like, they came for you for a reason, but they
a little
disguise it
bit
as
too much about me to like.
It's literally like, no offense, but I'm going to offend you.
Yeah. That's
okay.
That's,
if they're always no offensing, but they're offending you, like.
To me, like, I learned that in the Army, like, every time somebody says, with all due respect or with no offense or whatever, I'm really about to offend you. Like,
they
on
put
purpose.
the no offense to, like, lighten it. Be like, no offense, but.
It's like saying.
You shit.
It's like texting somebody, oh, your breath stank, and then putting the LOL at the end of it so where it doesn't come off too bad. Like.
I'm like, well, damn, really my breath stink. Just like, hey, like, take me to the side. Like, yo, if you actually cared about me, like, yo, like. You got something going on.
Breath is a little tart.
Right, but to just like, there's gonna be the people talking about, oh, your breast, you know what I mean? Trying to get the attention and trying to like make you look bad.
Mm-hmm. So like going back to the Shanquella Robinson situation, do you believe that the people that she went with were ever really friends?
I can't say that for sure. I would say thinking of that just situation alone, no. You know what I'm saying? But they were in each other's lives, to my understanding, for 5 years.
Right.
So, I mean,
to me,
you're plotting on somebody for 5 years. I mean, that's a possibility.
That's
but
wild. It's just like, to me, it's just like, yes, family fight, brother and sisters fight, friends fight, but like not on the level to where like one person's not fighting back. Like. Yeah, if it comes to blows with me and my friends or whatever, like there's a respect level that is automatically there on my portion.
Facts.
Like if we come to blows and we're both intoxicated or whatever, we can both laugh at it later. But like there's no situation to where I'm gonna be literally pummeling my friend of however many years while they're butt booty naked. And they're not defending themselves.
Sorry, I got like a dry throat. Excuse me. No, I mean that's absolutely facts. Like, and maybe one of my toxic traits is like I see people like how, I guess in a sense, like I would treat people. Like, okay, I would never do that, so I feel like nobody else would do that. You know what I mean? Like when I hear about certain things of people doing, I'm like, that's wild. Like,
I'm just
I would
a
never.
Tad bit gullible when it comes to
a little bit. So
like
it's like for me, I'm just like, kind of lost my train of thought.
Could you ever fight your friends? Like your real friends?
Now? No. When I was younger, yes. Absolutely. If you took me there, like we can go blow to blow.
Yeah.
Right now, absolutely not. There's nothing in the world that should get me that can get me that mad to want to put my hands on someone I call a friend, somebody that I love.
Me, I feel like I would fight one of my friends, but not to the extent to where like we're causing like a bunch of real damage, you know? Like pulling punches type stuff. Like I couldn't really just like.
Okay, what would take you there with a friend though? Because like at this point in my life and the friends that I keep around me, like I can definitely see, like we obviously can get upset with each other, we get mad at each other, like we need some time to cool off, like we're not gonna talk for a little while. But
Right.
what could make you get to the point where it's like you ready to fight your friend?
Doing harm to my family or other friends.
Oh,
like
that's a different story.
Physical harm or physical,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
threatening the lives of like my people. If you know certain things about me and you're using that against me to
Yes.
other people
Okay.
that know me and they also don't like me, then yeah, we can put them up. It's
I guess
it's not necessarily on site, but it's a bunch of different scenarios to where like it wouldn't be unprovoked. Like I'm one of those people that like even my pettiness, I'm not petty unless provoked to be petty. So like once you get me to that level to where I feel like I have to be petty, it's a wrap. Just like if I feel like you get me to a level to where I gotta fight you and it's up, then it's above me now. Like seriously.
Okay, so I guess let me retract a little bit because I would say my family,
Yeah.
like don't go there. Me,
Yeah, I don't care.
you know what I'm very like, I just don't care anymore. I don't give a bleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't. So whatever you got to say, if that's your perception of me, that's your perception. I have no control
Right.
over any of that. So you know what I'm saying? If someone's talking about me, blah blah blah, running their mouth to other people, guess what? The block button is easy. You know what I'm saying? You can continue to do and talk and say whatever you want because that says way more about you than it does about me.
So, with us both answering that question, like, are you even really friends if you get into physical altercations with your friends?
I think it depends on what type of friendship you have.
I would say yes, because yes, you're really friends because the friends are supposed to be the people who know you best outside your family.
Okay.
So like they know little things about you that can like you jab and you just picking out one little spot that they know they shouldn't be picking and pointing at, but yet it's like they know you. So like it's not something that they're doing on accident. It's something that they're doing on purpose and intentionally. So it's like we gotta get it up.
I don't have friends like that anymore. That's the thing. Like I just don't have like I don't know how to like
I don't have too many of those F words, you know? I don't have a lot of those F words. But for the few that I do have, I feel like they know better. So that way, like, if they ever did, it'd be like Cobra Kai up in this mug. Like, it's literally on site.
At this point, the only people that can get me fired up like that is literally like my blood, like my kin.
Yeah.
Like just because there's so much that goes on there that are just like that they can get me to my boiling point quicker than anybody else. So I'm like, I literally, the people that I'm trying to sit here and think about the people that I have in my life, in my circle right now, which is not many. But when I was younger, I had many of those people where it's like, okay, we could fight, we can go blow to blow. Yeah. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now I can't, I literally can't see it.
At this point, I feel like my circle is so small, it's just me, myself, and I.
Pretty much. For the most part. I mean, I got like, the inner circle is just me. There's like the outer circle is also just me. And then I have like a third outer circle where it's, got like a few people. They keep them at arm's length. I love them, but I don't trust a soul ever fully. So, I mean, for the most part, I'm like,
I think I'm a little gullible because I be too willing and eager to like have new people be around me to where like I try to give them the opportunity to be friends, but then they just let me down. But then like I don't stop that from like potentially finding new people to be friends with. But like they too let me down. So it's just like, dang, nigga, like come on.
How do you make friends when you're an adult? Like that's the one
don't.
thing. Like if you basically at this point in life, if you don't have the friends that you basically grew up with, like
Drake said it best, no new friends.
But that's the thing is that we shouldn't be thinking like that. I would love some new friends, but you're absolutely right. It just gets to a point where everybody just gets let down or just.
But it's like I feel like me being so welcoming and opening and like a people person, I feel like I should have way more friends than I absolutely have.
Absolutely, yeah, I feel that.
And it's just like time again, you let me down. Like when it's time for me, nobody's around, but it's time for somebody else. Oh yeah, I got you. I'm down for
The
it.
crazy thing for me is like everybody's my friend, but I'm nobody's friend. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like everybody in my mind, I'm like, I could give you the shirt off my back. Like you're my friend. Like you hit me up, I'm coming through.
I felt that. Yeah.
But I'm nobody's friend, so nobody's actually hitting me up, and nobody's, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody's like, hey, let's go out to brunch.
Nope.
Hey, let's go celebrate you for once.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
So,
hey,
I mean,
you just came out with a new album. Let's go party up on me. You feel me?
Has not happened. But I'm like the friend or the person who's like,
Damn.
let's
Planning
do it.
everything
Like
for
I want to,
everybody.
in a sense, I'm like, you want to celebrate? Like let's. Do
You
it.
want to celebrate. You want to celebrate.
Over with the
You want to
celebrations.
celebrate.
Over with the celebrations. But so yeah, like I'm everybody's like, or everybody's my friend, but I'm nobody's friend.
Wow. That's kind of depressing.
But I live my life though.
Right, me too. Like, I didn't think it at the time, but like back on my birthday, back in September, you feel me? Like, I just felt like because I was so like, rah rah, it's your birthday, woo, let's celebrate your birthday, right? That when it came time for my birthday, people were gonna do the same thing. Nope.
Nada.
At all.
None.
Like, so I feel like I mentally broke up with everybody who I was, like, wanting to be friends or romantically attracted to back then.
Yeah.
Because, like, literally everything that I planned out for my birthday, nope.
Nobody
No.
kicked in. Nobody showed
No.
up. Nobody. Damn.
No.
Damn.
I went to breakfast by myself, got my hair cut by myself. I went to the gun range by myself, and guess what? These niggas said you can't shoot.
What?
Yeah, they said because I showed up to the gun range by myself and didn't own my own gun or weapon, they said I couldn't shoot.
Oh, they said you probably crazy.
Yeah, and the person that I was supposed to go with, they were like, well, if you would have told me earlier, like, you could have got my gun, so that way you would have went.
That's the weirdest thing. Like, you just can't. I don't have any friends, sir. I would like to shoot.
That's
Target.
that's
I have
why
no
I'm
friends.
here. I'm here to rent your weapon and pachoo.
They said I have no
Pachoo,
friends. And they said you.
No friends,
Damn,
no friends
the
better
gun
than
range.
my yes. No friends better than your friends.
The gun range said if you don't have friends, you can't come in here
Yeah.
because
They literally said
nuts.
no friends. They showed me the door.
you literally can't go if you don't own your own gun. You cannot go by yourself. That's nuts. Would it make it better if you had? Does it make it any better if you have your own gun? Because I
don't get that whole concept.
like. I want to learn how to shoot before I have a gun.
Like
But I don't.
I
like,
know how to shoot. I just don't have my own weapon.
I'm just thinking in like, not,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't have a gun for a
It
reason.
don't
I'm
make
coming to the
sense.
gun range to learn how to shoot, but I can't go by myself.
It don't make dollar.
What if everybody in my life is like dead?
It don't make dollar. It don't make sense.
It sure doesn't.
But yeah. So question for you. In past relationships, are you typically the dumped or the dumpy?
Dumped.
Like, we couldn't be more alike. Like, I'm always the one that's being dumped.
Yeah, I'm the dumped.
How? Why? Explain. Like, the last relationship.
The last relationship was just on and off.
Mm-hmm.
In my perception, he just didn't know what he wanted. Every now and again was like, oh, I don't want a relationship, and then we would get back in a sense together. Oh, I don't want to lead you on, don't want to, blah blah blah. Then get back together.
So it's convenient.
Yeah, I guess I was just too cute. Yeah.
So
I had real feelings. Like my feelings, like were very very real.
So it was a one-sided type of situationship.
Yeah.
Damn. I feel like the last relationship I was in, I was very transparent, open communication, comprehensive communication. There was nothing that like I didn't lead them on, none of that stuff. But yet, I was catching feelings real fast, and I told him at the beginning, like, yo, if you keep doing these certain things, like, I'm gonna catch feelings for you. You You feel me? And I'm not trying to talk to nobody else. I'm not out here like doing none of this other stuff. But like, I'm digging you. You feel me? And I'm like, yeah, I like the fact that you're so open. I'm like, okay, cool. And so eventually, I said those 3 words that people look forward to hearing, kind of, sort of, but not really. Because when you say it, they like get all scared and back offish and whatnot. So I said it. And then they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love you too. It's like, I love you too. I'm like, all right, cool. Awesome. This is amazing. This is great. But we're not rushing or anything. Ma'am, I'm 36 years old. I'm not trying to take my sweet time to get to know anybody. I'm not saying that like I don't want to get to know anybody. Like, I'm 36. I'm trying to settle down, trying to find somebody to like carry the seed of
you're a man and can have children literally till after you die.
Right, but like I don't want to be 70 years old chasing around an 18-year-old.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Right. I'm like 36. If I was to have a kid today at 36, today, when that bastard turned 18, I'm be about 54.
That is not old, sir. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I feel like
I'll be damn near 60.
That is not old. I know people who are 60 running marathons. 60 is not, like, age is a mindset. 60 is not old.
Right. But I want to be able to keep up with that little bastard. But granted, my little seeds ain't going to be bastards because I'm going to be married before I have kids.
Well, then eat your greens, cut out the meat, water. I said no. He's like, hell no. Hell no.
Right. So.
I'm assuming he has kids already, though. So no, we don't. Sorry. I see, we don't want none, so that he can eat all the meat and drink all the drinks he wants to do.
But like seriously, I don't understand why like when a man is like being so open and transparent with someone and like essentially, oh, this is too good to be true, but yet you're like everything that I wanted, but yet you feel smothered at the same time.
Okay, but what if you got all of that in a sense from said person, from the man, and then he's still like,
like what?
I don't want to do this. I can't do this, even though all of the almost 90% of those things that you said to her were said to me in like a different form, not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, straightforward, like, okay, you about to make me wife you up. This is all yours. Da 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 da.
Right.
So I guess it was me. My bad for thinking that.
No, I don't understand what it is, because like at one point I was looking for apartments and she was like, well, I didn't say anything about moving in with her or anything like that. She was like, well, I live in Seattle. Why don't you check my apartment complex out? And I'm like,
oh, no neighbors.
Okay. I mean, I guess I could look. But then she used that against me later when she was like, oh, the I love yous and you trying to move into my apartment complex is just all too fast, too soon. And I'm like,
okay, well, can I ask you a question? Were you actually in a relationship when you said I love you? Like, did the question, will you be my girlfriend or will you be my boyfriend, did that occur? So there was no actual definition of the relationship and you're telling this woman you love her?
I mean, yeah.
Flag on the play, sir. Flag on the play.
All right. 15-yard penalty?
A game is over.
Half the distance to the goal?
Yikes.
I mean...
Yeah, playa. That one... How long were you seeing this girl? And it was established that you guys weren't seeing it. Was it established you guys weren't seeing other people? I'm assuming the silence means no.
Honestly, I believe it was. Like, I told her I wasn't trying to talk to anybody else.
And she told
me she wasn't talking to anybody else.
She told you she wasn't talking to anybody else or wasn't planning on talking to anybody else?
Wasn't talking to anybody else.
Okay. The lawyer in me that I am not, just if you just think about the words. Not the lawyer in you
that you are not.
Technically there's a loophole to she's not seeing anybody else. Mm-hmm. In that moment, in particular moment in time, she may have not been seeing anybody else, but she never established that she wasn't planning on seeing anybody else.
I mean, these are facts. So you just lawyered me.
Lawyered.
All right, cool. Somebody watches a little bit How I Met Your Mother.
Okay, first of all, we're talking about Living Single Maxine Shaw. Thank you very much. But I do watch How I Met Your Mother, so lawyered.
Right.
I do.
We did.
You know what's
have
crazy?
one of those.
Is I'm watching this new show on Netflix, The Firefly Down on the Lane on the Road. I don't know. Yeah. Well, the girl who plays Stella is in that, right? And I was like thinking today, I was like, there's just something about her acting that I can't. You know what I'm saying? I realized, I'm like, it's because she did Ted Dirty. I was like, she did Ted Dirty, so now she's a whole new character, a whole new person.
But she still did Ted Dirty.
She did Ted Dirty.
You're still Stella in my eyes.
Right.
Same way with the actress who plays the one on season 6, the one that was married to the rich guy that broke up with him for Ted.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name though.
It's not Victoria. It's the blonde girl Zoe.
Zoe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I see her something else and be like,
You did my boy Ted wrong.
But yeah.
So like usually in relationships, I feel like I'm always the person that's being dumped. I can't recall a relationship that I've had outside of my ex-wife to where I was the dumpy. Can you recall a time where you were the dumpy and did the dumping?
I mean, I'm not going to say that I have not let a relationship go. But overall, like my 3 main significant relationships, the first one was I was young, dumb. You know, I got a little, that was my crazy phase. I got a little crazy on my first relationship.
Crazy?
Yeah,
what do you mean by crazy?
Some slight stalking, maybe. No, I'm playing, but not really. I had dropped, like, after the relationship was over. Well, first of all, he didn't.
Slight stalking?
He, we didn't talk. We got in a fight, and then, like, he wasn't answering any of my calls or anything, so I kind of kept blowing. He was living at his mom's house at the time, so I kind of kept blowing up his
And then you showed up to his house?
I was blowing up his mama's phone. I was like, just let him talk, like, just talk to me, right?
When did you get his mama's phone?
Gave it to me. He was staying there.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm pretty sure he was a trapper at the time, so he didn't have like his own phone or something like that. So yeah, he had his mom's.
Did he have the Nextel?
I didn't really, that was his business. So, but yeah. So after that, I finally had to talk to him. Then I was like, okay. I would stop blowing him up, but then I dropped something off at his house, and then like that was it. Like I dropped off a letter and like I think something of like a large toy for his son that we won at the fair, so I gave that to him because it was Spider-Man.
You was buying large toys?
I didn't. Oh no, I won the toy. We were at the fair, and I won the like big ass stuffed animal because I did the hoop shoot thing.
Okay, so you're nice with the shot.
I mean, it was.
I forgot you did play basketball in your younger days.
Yeah. Younger, I am young. I'm just kidding. So yeah, that was like my crazy one.
What was your number?
Middle school 15, high school 32.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Magic Johnson, Shaq. I was a power forward.
Okay. 15 Vince Carter.
Sure, 15 is just my lucky number.
Oh, okay, makes sense. So question: in your last relationship, or actually not your last relationship, but what has been your worst breakup? Was that your worst breakup?
No.
The first one?
So after that was the first one. That was like my very, very first relationship, right? I didn't have a relationship for some years after that. This was when I was 18.
When you say some.
18, first relationship. I didn't have another relationship until I was 26. Like not even in between I will say 19.
So you really took your time.
In between 19 and 26 there was nothing. Nobody.
It was just healing.
Like, not even that. Really, it was just men didn't find me attractive. I was going through extreme depression. I had moved a couple of different times, a couple of different states. So I lived in a predominantly white city when I was going to college, and it was Mormon.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Gotta press the button.
Damn. So and
No,
that.
no.
Oh, that's not the button. Every time.
Yeah, tilt it the other.
What am I doing?
Tilt it out.
Which way? What are you talking about?
Out towards you.
What you mean? This way?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. So that next relationship,
Uh-huh.
that was the worst one.
The one after you waited 8 long years.
Yeah. That was the worst one.
What made it the worst?
It was very toxic. It
On
was
whose behalf?
Both. Both. There was a lot of control issues, trust issues. Now, don't get me wrong. There were very good times. Like,
Okay.
I definitely loved that man,
Mhm.
but it definitely showed me, and this was with a Libra, so it definitely showed me what I don't want and who I don't want to be. And then after that one, that's when I kind of like stepped out of my shell. After that, that's when I started like living for myself, doing my music, because that's a relationship where it was like, I was so inspired by like being in that relationship, being with him. Like, I wanted us both to do better. I wanted him to go back to school. I was in school. Like,
You was doing everything right.
I felt like it. I was working full time. He was only working part time, and I'm not knocking him, but I was like trying to get him to be like, okay, well, you're a baller. Like, you could easily play for this school. Like, you could do all this stuff. Like,
And I'll support you.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, let's elevate. Let's move together, and it just wasn't something that he wanted to do. So when my song Poetry, when I'm talking about, okay, I'm elevating. I'm starting to do better, and all of a sudden, you're questioning, and you know what I'm saying? Like, now you're
Wow.
going through my phone.
That was him?
Yeah.
Yo. Wow. I think my worst breakup, I mean, it has to be the one with my ex-wife. Like, even though we're like still friends to this day, I say like that was the worst breakup because it, like, I did a lot of dirt towards her, you know. I did a lot of toxic, stupid stuff towards her. And I felt like I was doing it because I felt like she was trying to talk to my friends. That may not have been the case, but like that's what I thought in that moment.
And how old were you guys in this relationship?
I was 23. Yeah. But I met her outside of AIT. Like after I graduated from AIT, which is back in 2006. Damn. I was a fresh 20-year-old. No responsibilities, no nothing. You feel me?
To be 20 again.
And so like I met her and then I ended up moving to Germany and being stationed out there for 3 years. And we stayed in contact that whole 3 years. So then like by the time I moved back, came back to the States, I found out that I was going to be stationed back in South Carolina where I was in the AIT. And so I'm like, hey, yo, I'm moving back to South Carolina. Like, you want to try and do the relationship thing? And she was like, yeah. So like, you know, it was kind of
Y'all
sort of meant
did
to
the
be.
relationship thing. Y'all got married. That's the relationship thing.
So like, even that whole thing, like, we got married, but it wasn't like a typical marriage. Like, I was getting ready to be stationed here in Washington, and I knew I wanted to marry this woman. So like, we hired a notary to like sign the marriage documents or whatever, and so we were legally married so that I can have her added to my orders so that she can move up here with me.
Right.
And we were going to do a wedding later, right? But that same weekend, I asked her for a divorce that we got married.
Bum, bum, bum. Why?
Yeah.
That same weekend.
That same
You signed
weekend.
papers on Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday night, you was like,
Yeah. After we consummated the marriage, yeah.
you dog.
Yeah. I was.
So this is you're the dumpy on this one. You're the
Yeah.
excuse me, the dumper.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like
Dirty.
I started feeling like this is my story and I'm sticking to it. Like my family already didn't like her for whatever reasons that they didn't like her. But yet after all the stuff that we've been through, I still chose to marry her over taking my family's side. No matter what they were saying about her, I was still taking her over what my family was saying. But then after we got married, I started seeing all the stuff that my family was saying.
In a day and a half?
No, it wasn't just over a day and a half.
You
but
literally
like,
said we got married, and then I asked her for a divorce that same weekend.
We were engaged for a few months. She like proposed to me and everything.
So you saw all the things
I
that your
started
family were
seeing
saying
all of it.
during this engagement, and then something inside you said, "Boom, I'm still married."
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And so, you know, one of the things that I did to her that was like absolutely the worst was, she came to visit me on post one time, and the lady that I was messing with on the side caught wind of it, and so she came up to my barracks room. And like the way that my room was set up, I'm not proud of this at all. The way my room was set up, we had our own entrances into our own room, and then we had a common room, right? But from the common room, you couldn't enter your roommate's room unless the door was open. So you locked it, and you can only lock it from inside of your room.
Got it.
So when my now ex-wife came to see me, she was there visiting me for the weekend. So the girl that I was messing with on the side, she caught one of that and came up to my room. I locked my now ex-wife into the common bathroom area because they wanted to fight each other. And so...
Can't trust these niggas. Can't trust these niggas.
And so when she came up to the room, one thing led to another, and
they duked it out?
No.
That's good.
Her and I duked it out in not a fighting way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that was the weekend you asked for a divorce?
That was before we were engaged. Yeah.
Okay, look, I'm not judging because I'm sure y'all like worked through your own. That's, you know.
We did. We worked through it, but like, I didn't deserve her at the time, you know.
No, you did not. Absolutely did not. I don't even know her. You absolutely did not.
Yeah, I did not.
I don't even know if I can look at you right now. Like I've only known you for a short while, but I am just like I am not mad at you,
like
sir, but I am
me.
disappointed. I try not to judge, but
I was
like,
23 at the time.
You know
this was 13 years ago.
You were young, but I'm just, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted better from you. I didn't even know you. I didn't even know you.
You wanted better from me.
I didn't even know
sick. You. But yeah, I did some dirt, man. So I'm not perfect by any means, but it's just like, that's my truth. You feel me? I can't change it.
Right.
But her and I are still friends to this day. And
that's great.
But yeah, I hope that when she gets married, because she's engaged now, she better send me an invitation to the wedding.
Remember how we were talking about How I Met Your Mother and how you just don't invite an ex to a wedding? Girl, if you listen to this, you watching this, don't do it.
Invite me.
Don't do it.
She's gonna invite me because
don't look.
I'm gonna be there. Homie
in the back said, "Don't do it either." I mean, you can do what you want. This is your wedding day. You deserve to have everything you want, but
that's different.
Don't do it.
That's different because she's not Robin and I'm not Ted.
Okay.
I see your lip quiver a little bit when I said that. I seen that.
You don't invite an ex to your wedding.
Unless you're me.
Nope.
Yes.
No. I don't care who you are. You do not invite your ex to your wedding.
Yes, you do.
He's really trying to get an invite to this wedding, girl. That's
nuts. I am going to get an invite to this wedding, believe it or not.
Don't go.
Dang, so you both are against me right now?
Send a gift, send a real nice, a big package, a big gift. Get the best thing on their registry. Do not go.
Don't even put your name on it.
Right.
My ex, she posted she got engaged. And I liked the picture and everything. I'm not going to go.
Did she send you an invite?
No, but if I asked, I could get one. I'm not going to go, though. I wouldn't go.
I'm going.
Why?
My mom is probably going to go.
I'm going.
That's wild. That's wild.
Because she's the family friend.
But I'm going because while I'm there, I'm going to be checking out these bridesmaids as a single man. What do you mean?
Okay, those are her friends.
So?
That's your ex-wife.
So?
Already off limits.
No, they're not.
There's something missing in his brain, right?
She's the type of person that would literally put me on one of her friends. That's the type of relationship her and I have.
All right.
Shay, holla at your boy when you get married.
They say live in delusion. They say it's great to live delusional. So
send me an invite to your wedding.
He just said he wants to hit on your bridesmaids. That sounds like a disaster to me. Do not invite him.
She's
make
a
sure
red. She's a Delta. She got a bunch of Delta friends. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
I'm pretty sure they already know about you, and they probably don't want to holler at you, boy.
Wow, Kayla, I feel like a lot of judgment is coming off from you right now.
You know what? Let me.
All right. Okay. Can we go back to being,
cordial?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Are we going to come to blows about this?
I mean, you are a Libra, so.
That's okay. All right. Moving on.
Okay, so you're friends with your ex.
Mm-hmm.
Is there somebody like that you just can't stand, that you can't, like, no matter what, like you just don't wish them well?
I wish everybody well. Like I've never had a breakup so bad to the point to where I wished on their downfall or anything like that. Even if like there's people that we've had breakups and I've never spoken to them again, or we're not going to talk anymore, but I don't wish them bad. I hope that they're doing beautifully and living wonderfully in their next life
And
with
you're
their person.
like, okay, let's say you're okay with seeing them with other people?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm not their person. And that's okay. It's okay to not, I don't need to be everybody's one person because that'll never happen. But like, I'm the type of person to where like, I don't have any animosity towards anybody. You know, the people who I had animosity against for the longest point were my parents. But like, I got over that. Wow. You know, I had healing from writing my book, plug to passages from a put together broken heart. That's my book. You can get it on Amazon. Once again, it's called Passages from a Put Together Broken Heart. You feel me? Yeet. But yeah, other than that, I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to do better than I'm doing. You feel me? I'm not doing great, but I'm not saying that I want them to not do great. I want everybody to succeed and live a beautiful, prosperous life. It's just not going to be with me.
Beautiful sentiment.
You know? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Everybody deserves to be happy.
Do they?
And
Yes. They do.
I pray that everybody
I do.
has a beautiful life. That's it.
I hope people find their happiness and their joy within themselves, within their life.
Okay, question for you.
Yes, sir.
In that worst relationship that you had, how long did it take you to heal from that?
A little while. It took me
Are you still healing from it?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I'm completely. Scars they're in place. They're done. They're fully formed scars. I honestly look back on that. It's weird. I look back on that relationship now with fondness. I do remember more of the good.
Are y'all still friends?
I wouldn't say friends, but I mean, we follow each other on social media, so I wish him well. He supports my music. So I feel
how can you not support the Kayla J?
I mean, I would think that he wouldn't, based off what we went through. I think he just posted a picture with him and a girl the other day, and I'm like, it literally made me smile. I was like,
that's what's up.
I hope you are happy. Like, I hope you find the love that you deserve and the love that you need.
Let me find out that you're going to be the next Taylor Swift. Because, like, you writing songs about an ex and putting it in your music, like, come on.
I told you, my songs are based off of my real life experiences. Like, there are the things or the emotions that I have felt. So I don't fake the funk with my stuff. Which
is quite interesting because, like, you write music off of personal experiences, and I write like poetry and short stories based off of like imagination.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like some stuff comes from a bit of truth, but like none of it is actually towards one individual person unless I sat down and decided that this was going to be for that one particular person.
That's fair. I mean, I can say that there are certain songs where situations have blended together where it's not one, like this particular song is not just about one person. I've had multiple of the same experiences with multiple people.
Right.
So it could all be a gumbo pot of okay, not a gumbo pot. That sounds horrible. I feel like I don't talk to that many people. I have not talked to that many people, but I'm just saying obviously I'm a single person, so my experiences have all ended the same way. So I've had similar experiences with different people.
Do you think friendships are worthy of breakups? I may have asked you this already, but
We kind of started on this and we didn't really finish. Yes, I think there is a certain point that if you're, again, I'll go off of a situation that happened to me recently with someone I considered to be my best friend, and it was a few years back. We were living in different states at the time, and basically she broke it off with me, and she was like, I can't do this anymore. She explained her reasons, and I didn't get it at first. I was like, literally, I'm like, why haven't you said anything to me earlier about these things that you're feeling? And she's like, I have, you just don't listen, or you didn't listen. And that really made me reflect upon myself. Like, has she, like, has, the concerns that she basically just said, like, were her breaking point? You know what I'm saying? Like, have I been like that way? And obviously that's the way she's been feeling. So of course I can't take that away, those feelings away from her. So that's her truth. Must be my behavior. That's her truth. So it really made me look at myself and be like, well, damn, like, okay, now that I'm finally hearing her, like, what do I need to change? And it shit hurt. Like, that shit hurt. It was like worse than a breakup, because I'm like, in my mind, that was, my rider, my confidant. But at the same time, it also made me think back about, okay, she's feeling this way, and it's not necessarily one of those. I just took it and was like, okay, like, I'm sorry, like, that's the end of it. I didn't take it and put it. But when I was thinking about it and thinking about kind of all the stuff that I was feeling, like, okay, well, this is how this relationship made me feel as well. I didn't put it out there. I didn't say, okay, well, you're feeling this way. Well, you make me feel this way. But it also made me realize the things that maybe the negative energy and the negative feelings I had towards her, and that this breakup was probably good. You know what I'm saying?
Like, all breakups are not bad breakups. And
the thing is, we're friends now. We're not. We definitely don't have the bond I feel like that we used to have. Because we were locked. We hung out a lot, but I think it was really just to kind of like mask from our own personal shit that we had to go through, that we have been going through since our kind of separation. And now that we're kind of coming back together and kind of redefining what our relationship looks like there's still some of that old, like, friendship, because we literally go back, so there's still some of that old friendship, but it's like now we're trying to navigate our new friendship with our new set boundaries. And it's a beautiful thing. So
shout out to you. We're gonna call you, for all intents and purposes, we're gonna call you Sasha. So shout out to you, Sasha.
That's not her name.
All right. I didn't want to ask her name, but
I won't tell you. But I mean, actually, it's kind of a nail in the head. It's very close. Kind of, not really. But shout out to Sasha.
I feel like breakups with friends are definitely warranted. I recently had a breakup with a friendship that was building, but I was into this person. So regardless of whether we needed to be friends or we was looking for like something romantic.
Okay, so I was about to say, okay, so this is a female friend.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
So it's just like I supported them. I still supported them up until recently. And, I don't know if we like specified whether or not we were going to continue our friendship, but like things definitely hasn't been the same. Things took a turn for, I would say, for the worse. Like on my birthday, like she was the one person that I wanted to hear from. And she literally forgot about my birthday and then try to play it off. So like she's 3 hours ahead, right?
So she's on the East Coast.
Yeah. I intentionally didn't say anything to her that whole day in regards to my birthday or anything like that, just to see if she remembered when my birthday was, right? And we've, like, last year for my birthday, we went on a little date or whatever, right? So, like, this year, throughout this whole year, I've been supporting her, helping her do this. And I'm not saying that to, like, keep tabs or keep track or do anything like that. No. I did it out of the kindness of my heart because that's just the type of person I am. But, like, I just wanted someone who I felt like really enjoyed me as her friend to, like, celebrate me on my day. Mm. And so that day really opened my eyes to who this person was. Like, I didn't say anything to them until about 5:40 something almost. And I was like, yo, how are you doing? How was your day? And she was like, oh, I'm doing good. I actually just got home. I was like, oh, that's cool. And she was like, what are you up to? I'm like, I'm about to head to the gun range for a little birthday present for myself. And she was like, oh, MG.
Is this the Aries you were telling me about?
Yes. Yes. So, like, she was like, I meant to send you a happy birthday earlier, but I got busy at work, was her message to me. And so, like, in my head, I'm like, nah, nigga, you forgot about my birthday. And it's cool because you can literally just say that instead of just trying to, like.
I mean, to give the BOTD and what I've known to know about Aries, because from what you told me, we have the exact same birthday. If her mind's anything like mine, when I think about something and I'm like, okay, I have to do this, but I can't do it right in this moment. Like, but I thought about it. It's already been done. And then, and then I realized 8 days later that it was not done. No, you won't accept that.
Not from her, because we talk every day. We talked every day.
And you were just like, my birthday, my birthday, my birthday.
No, I'm not one of those people who want to remind people it's my birthday, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. Hey, well, just so you know, it's my birthday.
Remember it's your birthday.
I remember hers.
Is she you, sir?
No, of course not. Of course not. She's not me. But like my thought behind it was literally trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But when you used excuses, like you meant to send me a birthday text you later, but you got caught up in work. But yet here it is, 9
and you're
p.m.
the one who had to text her.
Yep.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because if she didn't even text you to be like, yo, what's up? Because then she's like, oh, shit, I meant to text you earlier. But since you had to text her.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. I am picking up what you're putting down.
And then my response to her was something like, it's okay. It'd be like that sometimes, you know? Just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. And she was like, I can understand if you're bothered or something like that. And I'm like, what makes you think that I'm bothered or whatnot? You know? She's like, because of your response.
Yeah, y'all text every day. You didn't think she would know your mannerisms and how you text?
Like, I text her stuff like that on the daily. Like, it'd be like that sometimes. You get busy. You are a single mom. You work a full-time job. You're a full-time student.
It be like that sometimes, period, or be like that sometimes, ...
It'd be like that sometimes, period.
Ooh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
But I get it. And then I further went into explanation like you're a full-time mom, you're a full-time student, working a full-time job, and you're doing an internship. I get it. You get busy. I get it.
But your feelings are valid. You're allowed to feel the way that you feel.
But like at the same time, like nigga, I'm not worth 15 seconds of your day.
If they wanted to, they would.
Right. Like we're not gonna mention all the stuff that I did for her on her birthday. Hey, relax.
I'm not going to mention that I took her to the carnival and that I got her the cotton candy and we went on all the rides and that then I took her to a fancy dinner.
I'm not going to mention the fact that I got her hair, nails, and toes did. I paid for the rest of her cruise and some other stuff leading up to the cruise, right? You feel me? But then she was like, a couple weeks later, she finally admits that she forgot about my birthday. I'm like, I know. I appreciate you telling me this though.
So if she would have just been honest up front rather than like, damn, I forgot, you would have like been like, this still felt shitty, but like, at least she told you the truth.
I would have felt valued more in that sense. Because like I hate when people lie to me. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Do not lie to me whatsoever. I don't care what it's about. Do not lie to me. Cause like I'm like the most understanding person. Like, I don't care. Like,
I don't care.
Like, legit. Like, you can tell me that, oh, well, I forgot about this, or, you know, let's catch up some other time. All right, cool. That's great. Perfect. Whatever works for you, whatever's easiest for you will work for me, is usually my answer. But just don't lie. Because, like, after you start lying, then I start doubting every single thing that you've ever told me.
Trust issues.
Trust issues.
I want to reference Drake songs.
Facts. But yeah, I definitely think that friendships definitely warrant breakups because they know you more intimately in a non-romantic way than your partners will ever know you.
To a degree, yeah.
To a degree. So it's like they know certain stuff.
My partner knows me. My best friend don't know me in that regard. Do you ever watch New Girl?
No.
Oh wow, never mind. You watch New Girl? I'm like, what Schmidt said. Once you've been inside, you know what I'm saying? When he was talking about Cece, he knew that she wasn't wanting to get married off of her eye contact. Yeah.
This is on New Girl? It's on Netflix?
New Girl is funny. I'm sorry, New Girl is my show. Like that's my comfort show. Like
who's in New Girl?
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Zoe.
Have you seen The Neighborhood?
No.
The show The Neighborhood?
I don't know his name, but like I just know faces.
That's his. Did you see the movie Let's Be Cops?
Yeah, Let's Be Cops.
Yes.
Both of them are in it technically because Coach is
in there, but he's
the Wayne's guy.
The white
Oh.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Is Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's a good show.
Morn is the black dude on there.
Winston.
Gotcha.
Winston's about to do some puzzling.
Okay.
That's my show. It's my show. I'm actually rewatching it right now.
It's a really good show. It's on Netflix.
But yeah, they're definitely warranted. I mean, doesn't mean that they can't come back together. But I'm just saying, like, really, if I feel like if you're having a breakup with your friend and it's a real friendship, and it just kind of just goes south, don't look at it with your ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, really listen to your friend, and both of you listen to one another. And be like, what's not connecting here? Like, why are we breaking up? And some things sometimes you just can't. You know what I'm saying? It's just not meant for y'all to be friends. Like, everybody comes into your life for a reason, whether they're only here for a season or if they're here long term. Like, everybody in your life is essentially
has a timestamp. Not necessarily a timestamp, but
you have a timestamp.
An expiration
We
date.
all have a timestamp. We all have expiration dates. So it's like whether someone's with you until your final expiration date or if they're just here for, a couple years. And yes, does it suck?
Couple days.
A couple days, a second.
Couple hours.
Really. We could chop it up, have a good old time for 3 hours. Like,
And
that's
then never speak
never
again.
speak to you again. Like, and that's just the moment we were supposed to have. I learned something from that. So don't look at it as with your ego. So when you're looking at it with ego, you're hurt, you're affected. Like you're thinking of it in a different way that if you were just to actually take it in, listen to, okay, what can I benefit from this? Like, what are they saying? Like, what are they saying about me or whatever that I can either work on myself or, hey, they just bugging. Like, they're just bugging.
Okay, so question for you.
Yeah.
Can any of your past friendships or relationships spin the block?
Relationships, no. Friendships, yeah. But I don't think they'll ever be what they were.
Relationship wise,
Now, situationships, there's a couple situationships that might spin the block. The relationships that I had, though, absolutely not.
relationship wise,
It's the ex-wife, isn't it? I know it is. Mr. I'm gonna go to her wedding. See that long pause? That's a yes. Don't invite him, girl.
past relationships, I don't know. ex-wife might be able to spin the block, but it just depends on.
And we have it confirmed right here on PMS News that do not invite him to your wedding because he will allow you to spin the block.
No, but like on a serious note, like she might be the only one that can spin the block, just because like we established a friendship first before anything. We established a friendship first before any type of situation we had going on. So, like, with her, it's a little bit different. But everybody else...
So you're not establishing friendships with the people that you're currently pursuing?
They don't have any substance.
What's your timeline?
They don't have any substance these days.
No substance.
No substance.
Damn. Airheads.
They can't...
What substance
my back
do you...
is so broken from carrying every conversation with these... women.
I was right about to say, watch yourself.
It's ridiculous.
What you mean? I need an example.
I hit them up on like the dating profiles. Hey, how are you? Hope you had a great day.
Boring.
All right.
I'm bored. I get that 80 million times a day.
Right, but would you rather me what you doing to death?
I would rather you come up with, give me actually something I can actually converse with.
I mean, yeah, but like I don't know anything about you, but yeah, I'm just we matched and
agree. There's only so much
we
I
matched.
can actually ask you if I don't know you.
Right, we matched, and then
you can
I
ask somebody, well, okay, what's your opinion? You can get a conversation started like that. Well, what's your opinion on this? Like,
right, but like I still want to break the ice by like at least saying hi, how you doing? Like, how was your day? The little small talk to lead up to that, because like if you. I don't know you, and if you don't give me at least that, I don't want to talk to you to even bring up a conversation.
So how was this conversation not boring? Hi, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. My day was great.
It's
yeah,
like
how is that not? That's literally just a boring ass conversation with anybody.
But at the same time, though, it's like a random person calling you who has your number, but you don't know who they are, calls you. And they're like trying to start a full blown conversation, and you don't even know
who's answering a number they don't know. Who's answering a number they don't know?
I answer numbers I don't know.
You're crazy. Now I understand.
All right.
But it's hard.
It's hard to want to get to that level when they don't give you the basics.
Yeah, exactly. But
they don't give you the basics.
Also, I can't. Like, it's hard to catch a fish. If I have
the wrong bait.
Yeah, if I have the wrong bait, or if I'm not even using bait, if I'm just reaching my hand in there.
Yeah.
Or if I'm throwing out, if I threw this thing out there.
You're not going to catch no fish.
Yeah, this is an odd thing to start out with.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, let me throw the worm out. Oh, hey, maybe I throw a shrimp out there or something. But the conversation's hard on both ends.
Because like when you throw out that basic something, and they throw you something that's like intermediate, then it's like, okay, cool. I can ask them about this, that, and the other thing. But when they say,
okay, so how do you go from, okay, you got your hi, how are you is out of the way. What do you go to next?
No, like when I say hi, how are you, and they give me a basic one word response, there is no more going forward.
They just go good.
Yeah, if they go good.
That's.
If they do anything short like that, there is no more conversation.
You know what I hate? It was when the conversation continues on from that, because it's just like both of you kind of just shorten up your shit, and you're just like, okay, why are we even texting anymore?
Right. That's why you do that. But when people are genuinely interested, they're gonna speak more than just like the hi and how you doing.
Not always. Sometimes there's times where I'm interested in somebody, but I'm not feeling like talking. But I'm trying to get better with honesty, and so I'm trying to I haven't gotten there yet where it's like, hey, I'm not actually feeling like talking today.
That's the thing of substance, though. It's just like, I want someone, like women always say they want someone who can carry a conversation. Right, but I don't want to be the only person in the conversation. And that's what's happening. I'm the only person in the conversation.
That's fair.
Like my good morning texts are legendary.
Are they?
All right.
Okay. I just asked, are they?
All right.
I stopped doing that.
Right.
Except for people who actually want to talk.
I sent you a couple good morning texts.
You gotta stop doing that.
What you mean?
All right. Okay, never mind. Okay. I
Those
see
weren't
what
just
she's
normal
doing.
good morning texts. That's how I text everybody. I text my mama like that.
Right, but my good morning texts, like somebody asked me like, oh my gosh, you should be a writer. I am a writer.
You send it every morning.
I don't send the same stuff every morning. I come up with something, and then I send it out.
To the same people.
I mean, no. It's
Copy paste.
at one point in time, I had a group of friends who I was sending the same text
Copy-paste.
to in the morning. Yes. But then,
Change the name.
like, I would exchange the name. I would exchange the salutation, or like
Not the salutations.
one would be like, "Good morning, babe. How are you doing this morning?" Blah 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 blah. But then the same daily motivational, right? But then another person, it'll be my god sister or my god brother or my sisters or my brothers or whatever the case is, and my actual friends. So I would switch the babe and the sugarfoots and all that other stuff with their name. You know what I'm
Who do you
saying?
call it,
But the
Sugarfoot?
daily, hey, mind your business. But the daily motivation was always the same, you know, because I felt like it wasn't necessarily. I would always tell them the motivation wasn't just for them; it was for me first, you know. And if it helps me, then it will hopefully help one of them too. And they ended up sending those same texts to their friends, and so on and so forth. So, like in that portion, I felt like, yes, my good morning texts are legend. Wait for it.
Dairy.
Legendary. Yes. So, I mean, that's that on that.
Period on period.
And that's on who? That's how Mary had a little lamb. Nigga.
You heard it here first. It's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Look at that. So, a couple of your situationships could spin the block.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of my last situationship. I don't know if they could spin the block.
Why not?
No substance.
Oh, so you mess with women with no substance all the time then. So that's
I in a sense treat women how they treat themselves. So if they treat themselves like a queen, that's the treatment you're gonna get from me. If you treat yourself like a city girl, that's how I'm gonna treat you.
City girl is a queen. What you mean?
City girl, queen.
I'm the queen of the city. What you talking about?
It's you're a girl to the city.
I'm a girl in life.
Yeah.
And I'm a queen to my city. City girl, queen.
Okay.
Synonymous.
It's synonymous. Okay. But like me, situationships, there's not too many situationships that can spin a block. Friendships.
Okay, I have a question because you're talking about friendships spin the block. If you feel like you could have feelings for your friends, are those not situationships? Because how can you sit back and be a real friend if you're just kind of waiting for them to notice you the one?
I'm not waiting for them to notice that I'm the one. I'm legit being a friend to them while also like I can't stop my feelings for somebody, but I can contain them to a sense to where it's not like I'm only in this to be in a relationship with you. You know? I can continue being a friend first and foremost, regardless how I feel about somebody. But like those feelings that I have for that person,
And you would
aren't
never
gonna
be
go
upset
away.
of not getting out of the friend zone?
No. Because like my thing is I'm a legit friend to the people who I want to be friends with, you know? But like when I start noticing things that like I'm only there as to help you grow and not to help us grow in any way, and there's no reciprocity as far as friendships go. Like you're not trying to support me. Like for instance, I am the host of a podcast. If I have friends who've never even known that I have a podcast, let alone have listened to my podcast, that is a problem.
Yeah.
If you're not resharing, sharing, liking posts about my podcast and you're quote unquote my friend and you're not reposting, sharing those things, are we really even friends?
That's facts. None of my
Like how could
friends
I sit
share my
here?
stuff.
How could I sit here and say that I support you and what you got going on and I've never even listened to any of your songs?
That's facts.
How can I sit here and say that I rock with you the long way and I don't even know what you do?
That's fair.
I can't sit here and pretend that I'm your friend and not know anything about you. I couldn't sit here and tell you that I'm your friend and not know what your favorite color is. Not know who your favorite Avatar The Last Airbender character is. I can't sit here and pretend to be any of that, you know, if I don't know those basic things about you. So like when people show you who they are, believe them.
That's it.
That's it. That's why I don't know how many relationships, friendships, or situationships can spin a block because they all showed me who they are. And I've forgiven them, but yet I let them spin a block one too many times.
I guess the situationships I'm talking about, like we knew they weren't like relationship ready, I guess. Like we was just having a good time. And they never, like they just, you know, obviously time and life and things like that. So it wasn't like ever like a potential to be relationship, I guess. It was just more like, you know, we adults,
I mean,
whatnot. But I could see potential. I could see there. So I'm like, if they spun the block and like with serious intentions this time around, yeah, because that's where I'm at in life.
I mean, like the reason I say like some of the situationships can't even spin a block because the sex is good, but like you can have great sex with anybody. Honestly.
No, absolutely not. You cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Okay.
That's
You
a topic.
can.
That's a topic for another show. We might have to get a whole new show on that topic
Let me
and
explain,
have guests.
let me explain this to you.
Please.
If you two are legit like necessarily vibing, digging each other, like it takes that time invested to like know somebody. Oh, the intrigue about this person is cool, right? You can have that intrigue with just about anybody, right? And because you're in the moment, that sex could be great, right? It's not going to be the same type of sex or making love with your partner, your person, your soulmate, your kindred soul, or anything like that. But it's just like it can still be great.
You're a man. Of course, you're gonna think that. No, you're false. Wrong.
It's not
Lawyered.
wrong because like honestly, I can
It is
tell.
wrong.
I can tell you right now, I've had better sex by myself than some of these females out here in this world. Honestly. And I'm not
That is
capping.
information I did not need to know.
I'm sorry.
That is information I did not need to know.
I'm sorry. But at the same time, it's still true. Because, like, sometimes one party might want it more than the other party. And that may make it...
But I thought you just said you could have great sex with anybody. Like
Right.
with everybody or whatever you just said. Run
But
it back. I
I
don't remember.
said you could have great sex with anybody. Literally.
I disagree.
Like, I'm not saying you can have it with great sex with everybody, but you could have great sex with anybody. They're two different things.
No, I'm here. I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
Right.
I heard you. I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
At least for me, there's even if we're rocking the long way, we have a good relationship. We have this sex could be trash.
It could be.
So that's not great sex.
Right, but sex could be great with anybody and sex can be trash with anybody.
But it just didn't get better. Like trash.
Right, but I'm saying like regardless of like it's not the person that makes the sex trash or it is the person that makes the sex trash, right? But it's not the sex with that person that makes it great. It's It's the connection that you have. Like if there's sex without connection and connectivity, then it's trash. But like if there's connection, that's like the same question when some people ask, does size really matter? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like as long as you know what you're doing with it, then it really doesn't matter. That's what some women say. I can't say a lot of women.
Okay, you can have good sex without having a connection. Like literally, if both parties know, like it is just literally the physical. Is
But-
it sex better with a connection?
But then
Absolutely.
But then like I say that like you can't do the same moves that you've done on everybody else and expect that to please the next person. You got to get to know that person's body just like you have to get to know their mind. And a lot of women are in cases, like they're not attracted to people who can't stimulate them up here first.
That's facts.
So like if you're trying to stimulate them there without stimulating this,
Not
sometimes
necessarily.
it doesn't,
Not necessarily.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Now, women can be very visual, just like men are. Like more than likely, a woman would choose a man who sleeps on his mama's couch over a man who's got his own, because the man who sleeps on his mama's couch is finer. So don't let that. We go for looks too. We can be just as shallow as men.
Okay. We'll definitely get to this in another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
This
okay.
is a to be continued. We're leaving
Right,
it on a
right.
cliffhanger.
When do you know that a relationship or friendship is headed off the rails or coming to its conclusion?
When I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think, like, not benefits. I guess when just the bad outweighs the good, in a sense, when it's just not, if relationship-wise you guys are arguing, you're not seeing eye to eye, there's no communication, there's no,
When it's no longer beneficial or fruitful?
yeah, I guess when it's not necessarily beneficial, because you shouldn't be in things for benefits and things like that, but yeah, if it's not fruitful, if it's not producing anything of positivity, friendship or relationship wise,
I think I still say like if it's not benefiting me, because like there's more to gain than just like physical and monetary things. Like if it's not, benefiting my spirit or my mental or my emotions or my support system, I feel like
yeah. I guess that's, in a sense, I guess when I'm thinking benefits, like what can they do for me? But at the same time, in your relationships, there needs to be growth for personal, individual, and togetherness. That's not happening.
Because in a sense, like that's what friendships and relationships are. Like, how can we better each other? What can I do to help you? And what can you do to help me? That's a benefit one way or another. So it's just like, I try to make sure that I can benefit somebody in some way and they can benefit me. And when we're not benefiting each other, it's okay to just be cordial and go your separate ways.
That's facts.
There's no sense in just
if it's draining you, if the relationship is draining you, like if it's always, like you said, one-sided, just like kind of you're the one who's always doing, no matter what. They're the one who's calling you up with all their drama, and you gotta.
This year's your birthday.
I'm tired of people saying Aries are selfish. I guess that is an isolated, selfish situation.
I didn't say that either of you were selfish. I just said that.
I just felt it. It was implied.
I would never. I could never.
It was the implication. But if you're feeling drained of the relationship and you feel like you're just always the one doing, take a step back and realize, okay, you're the one who's always reaching out first. If you're the one who's always like setting up the plans, making the plans, and doing the pickups and whatnot, to take a step back. If they're not coming this kind of the same, be like, hey, haven't heard from you. Like, let's do something. Then clearly, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's not it. You're a different friend to them. That's the thing is, so with the friend that I broke up real quick, one sign that kind of like I never really took into account was I would always, like, when we would go out and hang out or whatever, and I'd introduce her like people I was working with or something, we were at a party, I'm like, this is my best friend. And she'd be like, I'm her best friend. She's not my best friend.
What?
Yeah.
That's awkward as hell.
It made it awkward a few times.
Like, what? I would feel some type of way every single time. Like, bro, like, I'm over here introducing you to my people in my circle or whatever, one of Dante's 7 circles of whatever. And then, like, you're telling them automatically, correcting them that, no, I'm her best friend. She's not my best friend. That's weird as hell.
Probably
bro.
a sign I should have saw. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a red flag. We can talk about that some other time too. But yeah, usually, typically at this part of the episode, we do announcements. So like, I'm gonna do one, and then you're gonna do one. Yeah, you cool with that?
Sure. I'm not the best reader in the world.
Okay, I got it. IWWG, or I Walk with God, is an apparel brand seeking to inspire others to trust God no matter the season and allowing Him to order their steps. This is the way of life, declaring to keep faith, keep hope, and to keep trusting in God in every phase of our lives. Purchases can be made on their websites at www.iwwgco.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram under IWWGCO. Binaural beats and black voices combine to quiet your mind and relax you into your best night's sleep. Settle down and immerse yourself into original and classic stories with a melanated twist. In no time, you'll be sleeping in melanated peace. Girl, good night. New episodes come out Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time on all the major platforms and YouTube. We're on Instagram at girl_goodnight and Facebook Girl Goodnight LLC. You can also provide this link where everything is consolidated. https :// drum.io/girl goodnight.
Ladies, are you looking to get your hair done by welcoming a homely stylist that keeps up with the latest trends? Fellas, are you looking for a great barber that not only cuts well but makes you feel at home? Upgrade Styles and Cuts is the salon for you. At Upgrade Styles and Cuts, we keep up with the current trends by constantly educating ourselves about the best practices. We promise to pay close attention to the details of your service, maintain high standards in the cleanliness of our salon, and try to exceed your expectations. For your next style or cut, contact our store at 253-652-9376 or stop by 5320 66th Street West, Suite Number 2, University Place, Washington, 98467. You can also ask questions or book appointments on our Facebook page, Upgrade Styles with a Z and Cuts with a Z. So that's UPGRADESTYLEZ & Cuts CUTZ.
I like how you said the ampersand instead of oh, that's dope. Want to catch a vibe? The Kayla J may be the artist you need to listen to. Representing the PNW and Midwest, this singer-songwriter has been dishing out vibes since 2019. She wants to show people through her music that you don't have to be a certain age to follow your dreams, and that when you believe in yourself, your whole life will fall in line. Yep. That said, don't be afraid to take risks and be bold. Being true to yourself brings freedom and happiness. You can find the K.LA_JJAY on all streaming platforms. Make sure it's all uppercase.
Yep.
Okay. For booking information, hit her up on IG at KaylaJMusic or shoot an email at KaylaJMusic@gmail.com. Tune in to the next episode where we will be talking about silent versus silence. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, I just want to thank out. So the 2022 Spotify Wrapped came out this year, and the numbers were nuts. I was definitely not expecting to see those results.
What were your results?
I got over 5K plays.
Yo!
I've been heard in 62 countries.
Hey.
I'm in people's top 10s, top 5 artists. One of my songs got over 2,000 plays.
Okay.
I'm grateful. Like I haven't dropped any new music this year, so That being said, roll on over. I want to thank the Black Knight Market. I want to thank Mari G, because I think they're a big reason of why I was able to kind of get my music out there, because I was able to perform at the Black Knight Market a few times this year.
Times, yes.
They brought up other opportunities for performances, and so I definitely have to thank Mari G, Sam, and the Black Knight Market. I want to take a quick shout out. This is my last shout out here for Things for the Spirit as well. This is a metaphysical shop. You can shop online. She's going to have her storefront up soon. Find the Oracle. So book your readings with her, book your meditation sessions, and, get all things metaphysical, your Florida water, your crystals, your sage. Get those all through Things for the Spirit.
I usually do the same shout out I do every episode. I like to shout out to my haters. I don't know if I have any haters, but I like to believe that I have haters. So I appreciate y'all, because y'all make me want to go harder and put out better content each and every episode. I'd also like to shout out myself. I really don't shout out myself that much, but like I got a whole book that I wrote, passages from Put Together Broken Heart, which is available on Amazon. Shout out to my business, Writer's Block Productions. Shout out to my photography that I'm doing and trying to get better at, in my videography.
Yeah. Make sure y'all book with him when he's ready.
Photography. You can slide on my DMs on at Writer's Block Photography on IG, and I'll be willing to talk some shop with you when it comes to photography and cinematography. Hopefully, if y'all get the chance to check out some of the Kayla J's music, bruh. Like,
I appreciate it. New music is coming soon.
Man, before she came on my show, like I went and I downloaded her albums and her LPs and EPs and things like that, and I listened to them. And then like I surprised her by like downloading a couple of them and like having that ready on the button to play. So she did like an impromptu concert for me on the show. So like, man, you will not be disappointed when you check out her music.
I appreciate you.
Seriously.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all if y'all go take a listen. That's Kayla J, K.LAJAY.
Yeah. Until next time, people.
Next time. Peace out.
We out of here.
Much love. Live and prosper.